Hi guys, and welcome back to Hummingbird Acres, and welcome to the farmhouse. It has been a while since we have chatted with you guys, and that is just because we have been super busy behind the scenes getting things ready for our move to our forever homestead. And today in this video is one of the big projects that need to happen before we move. As you guys know, we did start a garden in Maryland. We used our waiting room as a classroom and didn't let anything stop us from learning to grow and growing flowers, growing veggies, growing fruits, and starting our homestead. So my thing for the past 3 years has always been anytime we buy something that we most likely want to take with us to our forever homestead, it goes in a pot. So needless to say, over these past, 3 years, we have bought a lot of pots, a lot of potting soil, and it is now time to move all of that. And this is a huge endeavor because I love plants and I have bought so many plants over the years. And Jamie, of course, has just encouraged this habit. So the plan is that is our dump trailer in the back. We are going to load in as many plants as we possibly can into this dump trailer. And Jamie will be coming back to Maryland this weekend for my birthday. And when he leaves on Sunday, he is going to take the truck and the dump trailer down with him to Virginia. And then he will come back and bring back the truck, and he's going to leave the dump trailer down there for the time being so that he has time to unload all of the plants. So we're loading everything in. I started off with the berry bushes because they have cages on them and figured they would be a great to go down the center of the trailer so that we are going to put a tarp over this trailer to help with the wind. This is something we've been planning for quite a bit of time, just trying to figure out exactly how we're going to move everything, when we're going to move everything, so that everything will live. So our goal for this was to move everything in the winter when everything is dormant. And then when the kids and I go down for spring break, we will then plant everything. So yeah, we're loading everything in the trailer. Garrett helps me. You can see that. And as we're going through, I will talk to you about all the different things that we're loading in and all the things that we're taking. We have been working with the kids a lot on responsibility and helping out around the farmhouse and the homestead, kind of using the whole model of, you help us, we can help you. And Garrett, of all kids, has really taken this to heart. He really kind of gets this. So today, when we are getting ready to move all this stuff, he was the first one to jump in. He was the one that asked, "Hey, Mom, can I go get the gorilla cart to help move these plants?" And he just went right to work. The bed he is emptying right now is all of my perennials, and these go in the pollinator garden. So he is pulling all those up. It looks like he is struggling with one. That is probably because it grew. That's a mimosa tree. I can tell you that right there. And it grew through the pot into the ground, which is fine. They are really, really resilient. So pulling that out will be fine. If it lives, it lives. If it doesn't, there's a bunch more of them in there. But he was a huge help in this whole process, and he really did enjoy himself. He kind of saw it as a puzzle how much, like what configuration of these plants can I put them in the gorilla cart to get the most over there? And then when we actually started loading them into the trailer, how many could he actually get into the trailer? It was a complete game for him. He loved it. But these are all of the plants, all the perennials. There are a few trees in there as well. But for the most part, these are all the perennials that will go into the pollinator garden. And I think our sugar maple is in there as well. So here we go, loading everything in. So like I had mentioned, we put all of the berry bushes down the middle because they have cages on them, and the cages sit higher than the sidewalls of the trailer. So then when we put the tarp over, it kind of will be like a teepee. And then we are loading everything else in on the sides. The one side Garrett chose, he just put all of the smaller plants on the one side, and then on the other side, Jamie had taken a grafting class from Mountain Run Farm. I'll leave a link to them below. Took a grafting class at Mountain Run Farm, and he got 4 apple trees from that class, and we planted them in these huge fabric grow bags. I'll leave that link below for you too. And they have done absolutely amazing in those grow bags. So on the other side, we put those apple trees along with some more of the smaller berry bushes. I think the fig trees went on that side. Some of the other more like fruit trees went on the left-hand side, whereas the right-hand side was more of like, as Jamie calls them, the ornamental stuff, but they're not really ornamental per se. They're more of just the pollinator stuff. But we loaded them in, and it took us a few hours, but it was a great bonding activity for Garrett and I. And like I said, he thought it was a complete puzzle that he just had to solve. So unfortunately, Garrett and I were not able to get everything in the trailer yet. We are going to take another look at it later this week before Jamie comes home, kind of play some Tetris and rearrange things so that we can get all of it in there. I mean, he did a great job packing things. He was putting pots on top of pots to get everything to fit, but we just could not get it all. But that's okay. We are going, I think there's like 15 to 20 more trees and maybe like 10 more pots that have to go in. But we will figure out a place for it. But I do have to say, the garden now looks so empty. And it's getting real, y'all. It is getting real. We are getting this garden packed up so that we can create a new one. And we already have plans in the works for that new garden. We have some things going, and I was pleasantly surprised that the boards from some of these planters, which if you remember were reused boards, they're boards we had lying around. Some of those boards are actually in really good shape and can be used again down on the farm. So we already have some built-in garden beds. So we are super excited about that. If you want to see how we end up repacking this trailer and fitting everything in, make sure you head on over to Instagram. I will definitely document it there. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us at the farmhouse today. Make sure you subscribe. We have so many things in the works. You are not going to want to miss it. We'll talk soon.